boy said, do you think this is blessing from Allah that you can memorize easily? That it is jinn that has touched you. So it has touched you, just trying to make him feel bad. Then he scared him by saying, jinn, if it has touched you, so you can memorize quickly, then the night will come to you and scare you. So Imam Bukhari being a child then was like, he won't see Ifrit, he won't see Ifrit, and he ran home. So getting home, it was dark, he went to sleep. He woke up, the mom came to his room, opened the window, and was like, Imam Bukhari, it is daybreak, Ya Bukhari, or Ya Muhammad was his name, that's what they call him, or generally call him Imam Bukhari. So he said, Ya Muhammad, get up, it is daybreak, get up and do some stuff for Salah. And I was like, why did you wake me when it's not yet daybreak, when we are still in the night? And the mom said, no, we're not in the night, it's already daybreak. He said, okay, why did you open the window? He said, the window is open. He said, why am I not seeing anything? He said, you're not seeing anything? And everyone is bright in the room. The mom came closer. Can't you see me? He said, no, you can't see him. And that's when they discovered that he's blind. That he cannot see anything. So Imam Bukhari was blind. That night, just that night. He just woke up and was unable to see. So, he later began to decide, but this is how. The mom was pained and she started making dua. And there was a woman who was a friend to the mom who lent a huge amount of money from the mom. She borrowed a huge amount of money from the mom. So, and she came one day, the day she has promised to pay the mother of Muhammad, she came that day and told the mother that my child was sick. So I will not be able to pay you the money as I promised. So I don't know if you can be able to the end of this month, so I can pay you the money. And my child is very ill, so I had to use the money to treat the child. I would not have any food to eat at home, so I had to use the money. I was able to pay it today. And the mother of Bukhari said, that's very serious. But I will not be able to wait till month ending. And the woman was like, you'll be able to wait till the month ending? He said, yes. He said, I will not wait for that money after today. And the woman was scared. He said, I'll give you that money as sadaqah. He just dashed the woman the money. He said, he gave you that money as sadaqah so that since you have you to cure your own children, to treat your child and feed your family, then I still use the sadaqah, the word of sadaqah, to cure my child's sight, to make him see again. The woman also made the dua that thank you for covering my own secrets. May Allah also cure your own child. So even this brother of Muhammad Bukhari, his name was Ahmad. He was like, why will you give this woman such a huge amount of money? You would have assisted us on those, and we need this money too. He said, do we need anything more than the sight of Muhammad now? So let's use that money. As soon as the money is lower than the sight of Muhammad, let's use the money as sadaqah. Perhaps Allah might regain his sight. Then that night, the mother of Bukhari dreamt. She met Ibrahim in her dream. And Ibrahim told her salam. And he explained to her that Allah has accepted your sadaqah and he has cured the sight of your son. Prophet Ibrahim said Allah, it was the one that Allah used. She saw Ibrahim in her dream. Normally people see Muhammad but she saw Prophet Ibrahim herself. And he said, Allah has blessed your accepted the sadaqah and he has cleared the sight of your son. And even before then, they even called a doctor to check the sight of the boy. That's Imam Bukhari. And he said that there is no treatment for this, for your son. There is no treatment for him. He has lost his sight. And it should be from heavy wind that blew through the sun. Because he ran home the day before. So probably when he was running, there was wind. It's desert. In Arab land, you have a lot of desert in it. So he said that maybe heavy sand went through his eyes and caused the blindness. So even if they will need to treat him, to take longer time, and it might not even work. But just because of the sadaqah the mom did, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted it, and he cleared the sight of the son. He made the impossible possible. So, and the mom woke up the next morning, and he met Imam Bukhari. He has already opened the window himself, and he was looking outside. And the mom was very happy and said, Alhamdulillah, Allah has cleared his sight. So based on this pain, Imam Bukhari was memorizing the Quran and he lost his sight. He was unable to do any other thing. When he just gained his sight back, his father was an alim. His father had a lot of books that he has learned from many sheikhs. The one he has written, a lot of hadith book, fiqh book, and even the Quran was there. Imam Bukhari said, they said he just started reading everything as if he is going to lose his sight tomorrow. That's how he was reading, memorizing the Quran. That before he even got 18 years old, he was 17. He had memorized 7,000 hadiths, 70,000 hadiths, 70,000 hadiths, and the Quran. He has completed narration of the Quran, Imam Bukhari. So after he read everything, he started learning from Sheikh. He discovered that there are some hadith that the Sheikh started telling that this hadith is not sahih. This hadith, there's a problem with this hadith, so it is not authentic. Let's go with this. This is the authentic one. So he said he found out that all the scholars that were writing books, they were always making hadith. They would mix both correct hadith and the hadith that has mistakes in it together. What do we mean by hadith that have mistakes in it? Perhaps, maybe, if Imam, for instance, then me, I will learn it from Imam. The Imam, perhaps, for instance, is a Sahaba. He met the Prophet, he had the hadith from the Prophet. Then Abu Muhammad learnt it from Imam, who is his brother. Then, probably before Imam gave birth to me, Abu Muhammad has migrated to somewhere else. Then when they gave birth to me, till we both parted ways, I didn't see Abu Muhammad. Then I will say, okay, because Imam, Abu Muhammad is my father's brother, I will say, okay, I saw him and I had the hadith from him when I never met him. So based on history, they found out that you never met this person, even if you were in the same era with him. Just because you guys didn't meet each other, then that hadith is incorrect. If you should write that you had the hadith from the person. So the hadith must be from this person to this person, and it should be that all of you met each other and you had it from each other. So Salam bin Kendi had the hadith from someone, they had it from someone, they had it from the Sahaba, and the Sahaba had it from Prophet Sallam. So that's why the hadith is authentic and it's in this book. I will check the chain myself. So Imam Bukhari, when he noticed this, he said, okay, this book, they're always missing things. He wants to create a book that they only have only the authentic hadith in it, no doif hadith, only authentic hadith. And when he wanted to do that, there was someone that owed the dad a huge amount of money. And the mom had planned, saved a lot of money to go for Hajj. But I think if she lost the money, she was unable to use the money for Hajj any longer. She lost the money and she was just afraid that Allah will bring another way. So the man came who was owing them huge amount. That was about 1,000 dirham. That was a huge amount of money then. 1,000 dirham. It was a huge amount of money. Dirham is higher than riyal. So it was made of golden coins and they gave it to the mom. And that was what they used in going for Hajj. So when they got to Hajj, and Hajj is the place that many people receive the hadith from. That's Mecca. They received the hadith from Mecca and Medina, where the Prophet revealed a lot of hadith. So he said, okay, we meet some people that will learn from Tabi'in. Tabi'in are those that learn from Sahaba. Sahaba are those that learn from Prophet. So he said, we'll meet them so that he will learn the correct hadith from them. Let me just jump a lot of parts. So Imam Bukhari started meeting these people. He started learning from them. How he started knowing the hadith, the correct hadith. That if he even hear one hadith from a person that read it from a book, you ask, okay, the last person that narrated this hadith, that wrote this book, is he still alive? And they'll say, yes, okay, give me the hadith from the person. You go and meet that person to get the hadith from that person himself, so that he can write from the book as an authentic hadith. So after he found out that the chain of that one of those sheikh was correct, he met this sheikh. Then they gave him the hadith of this sheikh, so you can go and learn from that sheikh. When he got to that sheikh's house, he met that the sheikh that is supposed to authenticate one hadith from, the sheikh was having a donkey. And the donkey was very stubborn, but the donkey refused to enter the cage. So the sheikh took food and he was telling the donkey that, oh, come and eat. So just to lure the donkey into the cage. So when the donkey started following the man into the cage, the sheikh just locked the cage and he didn't give the donkey the food, he threw the food away. And Imam Bukhari was like, subhanallah. You deceived this donkey by telling him not to give him the food, and you didn't give him the food, you just locked the donkey inside the cage. He said the donkey is very stubborn. Therefore, do not do the donkey like that. The donkey will not get to the cage. He said if you are just giving him the food, he will just obey you and go inside the cage. Then the man said, okay, that you are a stranger in this community. Who are you? He said, okay, he wanted to come out and take one hadith from you. He said, okay, which hadith is it? He said, oh, sorry, he does not need the hadith anymore. He can't authenticate the hadith anymore. You say, why? He said, how will he believe a hadith of Prophet from you? How will you know if you are not lying about the hadith you have from the Prophet and when you are already lying to a donkey? He said if you can lie to a donkey, then how can you be truthful with an hadith? So just for that reason alone, just because the Sheikh had a bad attitude, he left that hadith for the Sheikh. And he left. He didn't take that hadith. That hadith is not in his book. Imam Bukhari was so careful with this book that he first of all learned history of all the Sahabas, all the narrators of hadith. He learned all of them. They created another book for them. This book is 4 volumes. I remember I mentioned this before. 4 volumes. He created another book of 9 volumes at Tariq al-Kabir. I tell you, I thought it was 9 volumes when I was reading the book Adam Buford. And I saw he said, he just mentioned briefly, he summarized the history of all these narrators of hadith. He summarized the history so to make it easier for people to read. But when I went to check the book, it was 9 volumes, bigger than this. And this is 4 volumes. So first of all, learn the history. That's to show you that one rule that when you want to make research, what you will search for will be more than what you will deliver to people. So he wrote 9 volumes book to learn the history of every ruwat. That's when you are mentioning sanad, when I'm mentioning names now before I mention hadith, every person that is mentioned in that hadith, he mentioned the book. And he lists that book. That book, it was written in alphabetical order from Alif to Ya. That's all the Sahabas that start from Alif till Ya. Then if there's anyone that have 2 Alif, you start with the one that have in his surname Muhammad or Ahmad, just to honor the Prophet. So he wrote that book to study all the rewards first. He knew the history. Then he learned fiqh hadith. He learned Inshaa Allah hadith. He started with asatiz. They were teaching sahih hadith, like teaching what makes you know this hadith is correct and this hadith is incorrect. So when he wanted to write the book completely, he laid down 4 rules. He told Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. Ahmad ibn Hanbal, one of the 4 greatest scholars we have now. So he told him the rules. Ahmad ibn Hanbal is one of the greatest ever. One of the greatest scholars we have. 4. There are 4 boys. The 4th one, and he was a sheikh, and Imam Bukhari was still a young man, like Sheikh Nuh then. So he told this, no, he was not a Sheikh Nuh, it was like Sheikh Ahmad then, 18 years old then, remember? So he told the sheikh that, okay, you want to write this book. You want to write this book. And this is the rule you want to give to this book. Then, the first rule was that the book, before you write any book, you first of all do istikhara. That is, you ask Allah if this book is correct. Let him make it easy for him to write it. But if there's any error in this book that you have not seen, then you should not write it. Then one of the other, which was very amazing, was, let me just use that as the last rule, was that if there's any mistake, probably one harf, maybe you are supposed to put fatha in an hadith, and you see that there's kesra in it, he won't take that hadith. And he actually did it. There was an hadith where after he had got married, there's an hadith that the wife asked him that, this hadith is sahih. You won't travel to confirm it. Then why did you write it in your book? He said the book, fa'il, normally gets dhamma in Arabic. Fa'il used to have dhamma. They'll put dhamma in fa'il. That's fa'il is somewhere that does something. In Arabic, if you say, Qatala Dawudu Jaluta. You can't say Qatala Dawuda Jaluta. So he said in that hadith, they're going to write something like Qatala Dawuda instead of Dawud. They say, it's just a mistake in haraka now. Just haraka. Probably the man mistake while he was writing it, like just mistakenly put fatha instead of duma. Mistakenly, it's possible, it's an ihsan. He said the people never made mistake in Nahu. So if the man can make mistake in one haraka, then the man might have also made mistake in that hadith. Why we really need the hadith itself? So for that reason, we did not write that hadith for there, just because of one haraka. So and that's the reason why they made this book as-sahih hadith ba'd al-Quran. The most correct book after Quran, the most authentic book after Quran, hadith sahih, Jami of Sahih, Bukhari. So let me just round this up. This will show you how authentic the book is, how people have strived for Islam, and it's actually a big jihad he did. I will also do more. It's a big jihad he did that he even mentioned to Imam Muhammad that he had a dream that he saw the Prophet, and Imam Muhammad said, you saw the Prophet, it's a big blessing. The Prophet said in one hadith that if you should see him in his dream, you have met him in his dream. Because shaitan cannot deceive, because shaitan can deceive other people, and you think it's the person, but it was actually shaitan. But when it's about Sallam, shaitan cannot form his own resemblance. Once you see him, you know he is the one you finally met. And he said, he met about Sallam, he said, but there is something that happened. I don't understand what happened in the dream. He said, what happened? He said, he made that it was that the Prophet was working with Sahabas, and he was directly behind the Prophet Sallam. He was removing bed bugs and mosquitoes, that insects that were disturbing the Prophet. He was chasing them away from the Prophet Sallam. He said, he does not understand the dream. And Imam Hanbal said, the dream is clear. The dream is clear that the bed bug we are removing for the Prophet and the Sahabas is the da'if al-hadith we are removing for the Prophet. That there are some people, they actually calm down because they were not able to forge Quran. They forged a hadith, mawdu'. That is when Prophet discovered this, he said, "Man kadhaba alayya muta'ammidan falyatabawwa maq'adahu fi an-nar." Anyone that lies on him, he should prepare his own pot in the grave, in the fire. So, for that reason, he said, those bed bugs are removing are the lies that people are saying on the Prophet. So, and that's how Imam Bukhari wrote this hadith. It took him 16 years to write this hadith. Imam Bukhari learned from one sheikh, Imam Nasai, he learned 200 hadiths from him. He took only 3. Only 3 hadiths. He said, why did you take only 3? He said, those are the only 3 that follow his own rules. The hadiths are correct, but not because of some faith. Little mistake like that haraka, he didn't accept the hadith. And it's also something like that in Quran. Quran, if you should make a mistake for one rakah, you have committed a sin until you correct yourself. You can't go like that. That's how perfect the hadith should be too. And that's how we got Jami of Sahih. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward us all. I will pray He reward Imam Bukhari for making this easy on us. So when I was about to explain the hadith and I had a doubt, I said, if Imam Bukhari should not write hadith with one haraka, then should I explain hadith having such a new doubt? I said, okay, let me make my research completely about that hadith before I explain it. So Imam Bukhari, I'm very lying on the Prophet sallallahu. Me, I'm going to lie on Imam Bukhari. So pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy on us. And